What is going on, everybody? Chris here, and today we are checking out another electric truck, the Chevy Silverado EV. Yes, I'm going to compare this a lot with the Cybertruck because I own the Cybertruck. They're both electric trucks. That's what this video is going to be. This is the work truck, so it's the base truck. This actually was only supposed to be for fleets, and I talked to the guy at the dealership for a while. This is just a test drive vehicle, and he was telling me that, yep, it was fleets only, but then they now are rolling them out to the general public. So this is a pretty bare bones version, but you do get the 450 miles of range. It's charged up to 100%. It says 450 miles, which is very impressive, and something I'm jealous of as a Cybertruck owner. I wish my Cybertruck had like 420-ish miles of range. I think would be good, but 450 or the 500 that was originally promised to, at least be available. It'd be great to have that, but we don't. This one does have 450 miles of range, and it's a more traditional pickup truck shape. This video is brought to you by Joa, maker of premium Tesla and vehicle accessories. Claim your discount by using the link in the description below. Now, going around the outside a little bit more, I really like these running boards down here. They're nice for stepping on and hopping into the truck. I do not like paint. I do not like the sensitive parts of trucks, the older trucks, but that's of course what you get in most vehicles. You do have the plastic fender flares just like the Cybertruck. Feels like these would come right off if I pulled on them, just like the Cybertruck. You do get a 5-foot bed. The bed is actually 5 foot 11 inches, but at the dealer when I picked it up, they told me the bed was only 5 feet in length, so I did not realize that. And this is not pass-through, so I think you have to buy the really expensive version to get the pass-through on that, but as of now, with the RT, or the WT, sorry, the work truck, this will not open up. You can't do that. So that's something Cybertruck owners really wanted, and I loved about the Silverado EV, but they don't have a more expensive version that has that in stock right now, and that one is like $97,000, I think. This truck, we'll talk about the price in a minute, but after all their incentives and stuff, it's right around $72,000, I believe. And then open up the back is just like traditional. You got that. And then if you go here, you got 30 amps, so not quite the 50 amp that the Cybertruck has. And then you got 4 20 amp outlets, so that's nice. And that's that. Now you do have a tonneau cover. Look at that. It's like a little piece of cloth. That's so nice. Oh, there are some bars in there. I don't really want to take that all apart and extend it, but that comes with it. So at least you have some type of cover. It looks like it Velcros on there, which is funny for a $72,000 truck, but hey, better than nothing. And another bonus is the bed is lined, as you can see. I think all trucks should probably come like that. I think maybe a lot do today, but they didn't used to. And then the Frunk, one of the best parts of these electric trucks is having this locked storage that you wouldn't traditionally have in a pickup. And I don't know how to open it from out here. I'm assuming there's a button, but I couldn't find it. But 2X on the key fob, and that will open your Frunk for you. Oh, it's not powered? Oh, let's see. No, it's not powered. Oh, that's disappointing. I assumed it was powered. Maybe on the more expensive one, it is powered, but it's very roomy. You can see in here, there's a big flat open space. I love how it goes really far back, unlike the Cybertruck. Now the Cybertruck Frunk, I've been happy with the space, but it definitely could leave some room for improvement. But the thing is, this truck, you get a bigger Frunk, but a smaller bed. Cybertruck, you get a bigger bed and a smaller Frunk. So you kind of, pick your poison on that one. And if you look here, bam, what is this? Is this a 20 amp? Yeah, it's a 20 amp. This is just massive. I don't know why it's so big for a 20 amp. Maybe they do something else in the more expensive one. But it's nice. The Cybertruck does not have these outlets. It does have like a low voltage system to plug in lights or whatever, but it doesn't have anything like this. And then really nice tie downs here. A couple of cup holders in case you want to sit here. This, I assume, is a drain. Awesome. Very nice to have that, so you can fill this up with ice if you want. And then back there, I don't know what that is, but I assume you guys can tell me in the comments, and I just hit my head on this. So is this all the way up? Okay, no, it wasn't all the way up there. That's all the way up, so I wouldn't hit my head if I had put it all the way up. I'm also standing on an elevated surface here, but it's something to think of. I did reach in here, and then I stood up and bumped my head. Overall, very, very nice Frunk space. Oh. The heck is going on here? Is it going to close? Okay, I can't get this thing to close. Let me slam it a little better. Oh my gosh. All right, I don't know what that was about. It's closed now though. And I got to point this out, dude. Truck drivers unite. Look at this parking. Look at this guy pulled up right next to me. Yeah, that's right. Truck guy things. So like I said, this is really nice to be able to step on and get in the Cybertruck, or get in the Silverado. When you hop in, because the Cybertruck doesn't have anything like that, it automatically turns on and is ready to go. There's nothing you have to do, so that's a really nice feature. And it sings to you too, I guess. Now, if you come in here and you play around and you do whatever, and you just get out, it's not gonna turn off. You actually have to go up here and click that and click vehicle off. If you drive and then park and get out, it will automatically turn off. So kind of weird, but it's something to keep in mind. And then over here, here's your 450 miles of range at full charge. And then I do want to go through the software a little bit because I'm not that familiar with it. So I want to find anything I find interesting here. I'll probably cut this up. You probably don't need to see all the software. When plugged in, your vehicle will charge you 100% next time, so they just have that set up. So if we click there, maximize regenerative braking by charging at 80%. This is necessary if your route includes steep mountain terrain. Cool. So you don't have to rely on the brakes. So you can set your limit there in 5% increments. That's a really nice slider, actually. Tesla's slider is still a little in my opinion. So I'll leave it as they had it. And then dome lights. So they're definitely taking the Tesla approach here. There's your dome lights in putting a lot of this stuff in software. I would imagine though, you can still click that if you want, but it is nice to be able to control it from the screen. Options, options, options. Power window lockout. So we click that and then the windows are locked. Park assist, awesome. Of course, Teslas don't, I mean, they have a different version of it now. It actually does work pretty well, but it was really sketchy there for a while. Power base, this allows you to share the battery's energy while your vehicle is off. Power base will stay on. Oh, okay, so if you have stuff plugged in, you can have the vehicle off, but your plugs will remain on and active, and you can put a timer, so that's really nice. So you can put it here. Let's see, oh, do you gotta slide it? Oh, use power base. Maybe that feature's not ready yet. All right, I don't know, it doesn't work. So there you go. And then see more controls. So like you got a big empty page. Okay, why wouldn't you just put those controls on this page? Why do I have to click through to see? That's weird. Okay, drive and park, tractor control. All right, yeah, just all your vehicle settings, whatever. All right, I'm curious. So here's the map. I just clicked it. Let's see. Oof, how long that takes to load. Maybe it's not initiated. Let's go to, can I? Oh man, this is just a little slow. It's all right. It's okay. Give it a minute here. Wow, I did terrible typing and it still pretty much figured out what I wanted to do. Oh boy. Well, you know what? To be fair, it might not be a very good service area. I know in this area my AT&T doesn't work that well, so maybe this is also using AT&T. So I don't want to knock it too hard for this, but I mean, my Cybertruck was working, so I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Oh my goodness. So I wanted to try to go somewhere and see if it routed me to chargers, but it's not really doing anything here. Well, that's unfortunate. I'll try in another area. I want to see how it does the routing, but it's not working right now. So that's what, 2 things that were not working for me. Vehicle status. Oh, this is kind of cool. Oh, nice. You can swoosh it around. You can see, what is this telling me? Tire pressure. Okay, awesome. Okay, that's all the tires. Door is closed. No. Energy efficiency. Oh, 2 miles per kilowatt hour. That's really not bad. Energy usage. Okay, I mean, I just drove it down the road. And then here's all your extra stuff you get. There's a bunch of stuff in there. So it does have Wi-Fi hotspot built in, which is great. Teslas do not have that. All right, so when you hop in the car, you put your foot on the brake, everything just turns on, just like a Tesla, so that's nice. Well, I guess Tesla turns on as you open the door. This is, when I first got in it, it didn't turn on until I put my foot on the brake, and the guy at the dealership specifically told me you have to put your foot on the brake. It does stay on, so like I said, if you get out without driving first, it will just stay on. There is an app, I don't know all what it does, but he said it will not notify me if like the truck stays on, like I walk away and don't realize it's on, it won't notify me. So that's kind of unfortunate, but maybe they'll add that in the future with software. Interior, holy moly, man. People complain about the Cybertruck interior. This truck is a lot less expensive. It's after, you know, well, here, let's talk about this price. Let's talk about the price before we keep going. So this is what they got. They got this big sticker. Hopefully you can see that. So $80,345, and then this truck, for whatever reason, does not qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit. I don't know if it's because where the battery's made, or because it's above the $80,000. I don't know why they wouldn't just put it down to $79,000. But GM's going to cover that. So GM, at least where I am right now, will give you $7,500 off, and this is the price. Which, man, if you're comparing this to a Cybertruck, holy moly, you get 150 more miles, or like 120 more miles, and it's this much less. That's crazy. Now, of course, there's a lot you don't get. Like, you don't get the supercharger network. He said, as of now, they don't have the adapter for this, so you can't use superchargers. He said there's aftermarket, but he said don't use those, because if something breaks, then GM won't cover it. So he specifically told me I'd have to wait to get my Tesla adapter from GM. So that's unfortunate. Getting in here, the interior, man, people complain about the Cybertruck interior. This is just awful. I mean, this steering wheel feels hollow and like it's made of plastic. It's crazy. Now, I'm not a person that really cares about that at all. It's not something that's important to me, but I'm pointing it out because I'm making the video about it. This part actually feels pretty nice. It's like more of a fake leather thing. They should have just put this material. I think it's the same material, but I think it's just the way they did this pattern here versus here. They should have just done this around the whole thing, because this doesn't feel nearly as bad. This feels like worse than my kids' toys at the house. The socks are all fine and whatever, but this is kind of weird. So I'm gonna put it in reverse. See, like, it doesn't go up. You have to like pull it towards you and then go up. So I don't know. That's obviously intentional, but and I'm sure you get used to it. So same thing, you go down and then to drive. So pull and then up. And, oh man, I'm getting vibe. Oh wow, okay. So that person drove behind me and my whole seat started vibrating. That is awesome. I love that. And that's something Tesla does not do. Now, if a car is behind you in a Tesla and you start to back up, it can slam the brakes on you, but it's not going to vibrate the seat like this just did. That was fantastic. And this had big caution. So let's see, this guy's not going to come. So if I start backing up here, you can also see we have the 360. Whoa. All right. If I let off the brake, we just start rolling. So that's good to know. It does not have hold mode like a Tesla does. So I'm not saying that's a negative. It's just different than what I'm used to. I will say this car is extremely, oh, see, I went for my, oh, sorry, dude. He probably thinks I'm stupid. This car is extremely quiet. Holy moly. It sounds great, at least at these low speeds. We're going to go on the highway right here and try that out. Okay, so I'm getting vibrated again. I don't know why my seat's vibrating now. Okay. Well, if you're just going to vibrate all over the place, that's not going to be as helpful. All right, the suspension is really bouncy as you're kind of making these turns and doing things. It's like, the Cybertruck has a little bit of that too. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but that's just how it feels. It's pretty comfortable though, and very quiet. I mean, it feels pretty nice. So let's just go right here. We'll just go north and take the next exit. This turn signal noise is just absolutely awful. Again, who cares? I mean, I'm saying it because I'm thinking it, but I don't think that that's that important. But it's something to talk about. The turn signal in the Rivian turn signal is really cool too. So let's try some acceleration. Let me slow down. No one's behind me, and we'll step on it. Ooh, there is nothing there. Wow. Now, compared to a traditional truck, if you're coming from a gas truck, oh, no blind spot cameras? That's lame. If you're coming from a traditional gas truck, that acceleration is gonna be phenomenal. Wow, the road noise is awful. Can you even hear me talking? This is so loud, I can't believe it. Let's see if we can go to the map now. Oh, no results for Orlando, Florida. Interesting. Find me, oh, Orlando. Is the turn signal on? I can't hear it. The turn signal is now not making any noise.
And I couldn't find Orlando in your downloaded map.
Okay, yeah, so the map says it has no connection. I like that though. I went to type and it just brought up the voice assistant. Like, no, you're not allowed to type. So, okay, the turn signal noise is back. So while the assistant is talking, there's no turn signal noise. I don't like that. That was confusing because the way this screen is set up, this steering wheel is blocking the whole top part of the screen, which is, you know, why Tesla did their yoke and stuff. And the Squircle, not that the Cybertruck has a screen, but it's why Tesla has a yoke. So when you have this front display in the S and X, you can see it. And here I couldn't see the turn signal and it wasn't making a noise. So that was pretty annoying. Now I'll admit a lot of this stuff is gonna be just like kind of being used to it. Like if this is your daily driver, little things like that, you'll get used to over time, they won't matter, but I'm pointing them out as differences. Regen, let's talk about that because wow, the regen is hard. You do get to choose between off, which just should not honestly even be an option, but you know, okay, options are good. You can turn the regen off if you want, or you can set it to on, or you can set it to high. I immediately put it on high, and the guy at the service center was like, be careful because it's, you know, and I was like, I pulled up in the Cybertruck, which is so funny, and I was like, nah, I'm used to it, it's fine. He goes, oh yeah, good point, that should be fine. And the guy at the service center actually was really into this thing, and he said his biggest problem is convincing people about the charging. Everyone is so concerned about having to charge it, and he goes, you got 400 to 450 miles, what are you doing? He's like, are you driving back and forth to Chicago every day? And, you know, they're like, no, it's just, you know, if I go on a trip. And he's like, yeah, if you go once or twice a year, you're going to have to stop and charge. Just plan it out with when you eat. It's not that big of a deal. And it's just so funny to hear that from someone else rather than like a big, huge Tesla nerd who's always kind of talking about that stuff. But overall, yeah, the ride is very nice. At these low speeds, the sound is really good. The highway was absolutely awful. I couldn't imagine doing a lot of highway driving and having to deal with that. Now, this one, unfortunately, does not have Blue Cruise or not Blue Cruise, Super Cruise. Is that GM's? It doesn't have Super Cruise, which I really wanted to try because I've never tried it before, and I was really interested in it. But it doesn't have any of that. And to be honest, okay, so if you click that, whoa, regen. What are you doing here? Okay, so that did something. I don't know how to use this system, so I'm not really gonna mess with it too much. I'm gonna mess with it a little bit. Okay, these are fake buttons, so these these don't do anything. Oh wait, no, are they like that? Oh no, they're not fake buttons. Gap adjust. Okay, they don't go up, they only go down. Okay. Cruise cruise braking on. Oh, there you go. Okay, so here, I was wrong. These are not fake. So we do have cruise control. We just don't have super cruise. And this is actually looks pretty nice, and I like this paddle system. So up is to, you know, increase your speed up, and it turned it on. And down, increase your speed down. The car is braking, so the truck is braking. I'm not doing anything right now, and it's doing this braking for me. Let's see how it accelerates. Oh, acceleration is actually very nice. It's keeping up with this pickup in front of us. And then let's get my gap. I have the smallest gap possible here. And how do I turn this off? Probably just the brake. Yeah, so it's doing all this braking. It feels really good. It feels really good. It's not jerky or anything. So it's nice to see that. And our range has not changed. We still have 450 miles, which is pretty awesome. Whoa. I tapped the brake to turn it off, and the whole truck like came to a screeching halt. That was weird. Good thing we were going a slow speed. I like barely touched the brake. That was insane. Yeah, it's just, I can't get over this steering wheel feel, and the rest of the interior just, I mean, it's just hollow plastics. Oh my gosh. And you know, again, this is the base model, but it's $72,000. So you're paying for the battery, you know, you're paying for this massive battery, which, you know what, I'm gonna be honest, for me personally, I am okay with that. I don't need a bunch of fancy materials in here and stitching. I want a capable vehicle that will take me far, that can tow, that can, you know, have the bed, do all the stuff. I was a bit disappointed in the 5-foot bed. I am disappointed that this one doesn't have the pass-through with the back. And there's no bed camera. That's something the Cybertruck is lacking that I would really like, is like what Rivian has. Rivian has a camera in the bed, so you can see the bed while you're driving, or you can see it like in the security system and all that, like in their Sentry mode, their version of Sentry mode. So, oh my gosh, I don't want to touch that. So those are some of the things I was hoping, you know, coming to an OEM, they would incorporate, because it's just kind of those classic things that, you know, OEMs incorporate. But they did not, so. Another thing I'll mention is the hood. So in other trucks I've driven, I never like how the hood is like this massive, it's like a house out in front of you, and it goes super far out, and it just obscures visibility so much. Now the Cybertruck is the master of this, of course, because it slopes right down, so there's really nothing in front of you. This is also really good. It's a very short hood. It reminds me, honestly, of almost like a Model 3 or something. Now, obviously, it's a lot higher off the ground, but it doesn't extend way far out there, and I feel like my visibility in the front is pretty good. And there was a front camera too. How do we, so this is part of the problem with like these first drive, just kind of checking it out, is you don't know how to do a lot of the stuff. There you go, there's my front camera, so we can put that on, and we can see how that looks. Well, let me keep it while I'm driving. It looks like it does. Now, the quality, okay, so you got the 360 camera on the left, which is nice. Oh, okay, you can't go down there. You have the 360 cam on the left, which is nice, but the quality camera of the front camera, it is just awful. It is super washed out. You can't really see very far, which, you know, it's wide angle, which it should be because you're looking for stuff close to you. But yeah, the quality is really bad, and it's really small. Like, you have this big screen. Look how far the screen goes. It goes all the way to here, and the camera's like in this little square. Why isn't the camera this whole section here? I don't really understand that aspect. Maybe this isn't screen. Maybe the screen's only right here. No, because this goes, yeah, I don't know why it made it so small there. It's kind of strange. There's so much more space to make this bigger. But if you click that, then you can see the back camera. Man, it makes us look really high up. We're not really that high up. I don't know why it looks like that. This is, oh, nice. So that's like your 360 view of the front. I really like that. Let's see, as these people walk by, will it show them? Oh, come on, walk by. No. And there's the back. Nice. Those camera angles are really nice. Oh, here you go. Ooh, no, that's not very helpful. Oh, there you go. So why doesn't that come up when I turn my turn signals on? There may be a setting for it. You know, I'll admit I may just not know where the setting is. Now I don't know how to get back to the dealership because I don't have a map. I've abused the mapping technology too much. All right, so just going through some of these back streets here, trying to kind of get back. The suspension feels really nice. I mean, I feel more bumps than I do with the Cybertruck, that's for sure. The Cybertruck suspension is just, I mean, nothing I've driven in has compared to it, like at all. It is so soft and so nice, unless you want it to be harder and you can raise it and stuff. I kind of played around the settings here. I couldn't find any suspension settings. I don't know the details of the suspension. I'll put it on the screen or something, but it's not bad. It feels fine. Like I wouldn't mind having this as a daily driver at all, suspension wise. It's just that highway noise, oof, that was really bad. There's the Rivian R1T, perfect. Man, it's just more and more EVs in general, but also just electric EVs. I mean, there's so many on the roads now. What did I just say? Electric EVs. You know what I mean? I meant electric trucks. There's so many electric trucks even on the road, not just electric, vehicles in general, but electric trucks, the electric pickups. I haven't seen the Silverados around. Now, it's not really fair in this area because you get a lot of manufacturer ones driving around. You get a lot of from the dealership where people are borrowing them and stuff, driving around. But still, I mean, I'm seeing more and more of them, which is really nice. I like my hands up here, but this is literally like hurting my hands. I mean, you got soft hands, brother. I'm sorry, but this is just, I guess that's who it's for, man. If you're a real trucker man, doing trucker man things with your your bear claws, you're gonna be good on this. But for the rest of us, the side is where you gotta keep it, which is not that comfortable. So you can get to 0 with the regen. You get true one pedal driving with this, which is just, again, really nice to have. And the regen is super strong. We've used 2 miles. We've definitely driven way more than 2 miles. We've probably driven, I don't know, I would say 5 or 6. And the truck has only used 2 miles. I'm going pretty slow, doing a lot of regen and stuff, but still, it's really nice to see that. The air conditioning also, I don't know if I mentioned this, is amazing. It is so cold. I have it on 72, and even that is like a little bit too cold, I feel like. For me, in the Cybertruck, I usually actually keep it at 72 or 70. Sometimes I go a little bit below that on hotter, sunnier days, probably because the top of this doesn't have glass, and so that's helping keep some of that heat out. Whereas, all the Teslas, and actually a lot of EVs will have a glass roof that lets a lot more heat in. Another thing I'll mention, visibility is really not awful. So the front visibility is not as good as the Cybertruck, but the side visibility, because the Cybertruck has those huge A-pillars and the big sweeping design, this area, like the front right and front left, is a lot easier to see. And I don't know if you can see in the camera, but there's a handle over there on that side for passengers to get in. I wish Cybertruck had a handle to, grab when you're getting in, but that's all right. So front, right, and left visibility on Cybertruck is really bad. And this is, it's nice to have this kind of big open cabin. The cabin does feel nice. The seat's comfortable, even though it is leather. The seat's pretty comfortable and everything. But having all of that along with the good side visibility is a nice change. I think the turn signal is too loud. I think that's a big part of why I don't like it, because in the Tesla, you can turn the volume on the turn signal down, which is the first thing I do. It's so nice to have that quieter turn signal. And in this, it's just kind of in your face. So it does seem to have some kind of hold mode here now that I'm thinking about it. It's normal for me in the Tesla, so I'm not thinking about it, but I'm not using the brake to stop here. So it was kind of weird when I went into reverse in the beginning and just started like going down backwards. We are slightly uphill right now, just barely, and I don't have to use the brake at all. It is in a type of hold mode. It didn't say hold on there anywhere, so I'm not sure how I'm supposed to know that, but it is happening the way I would expect. So again, I just got a vibration in the seat. Is it because I went through that red light? That would be weird. It doesn't say, there's no message anywhere, so I'm not sure how I'm supposed to know what that means. Again, it was nice for the warning for the person behind me when I was in reverse, but the random ones, I'm not sure what they're trying to tell me. Maybe I just got too close to a vehicle or something. What if I like accelerated this guy really hard? No, it didn't tell me anything there. That would have been a good warning time. I'm not sure. It feels like the back of this is starting to come off. There's some plastic kind of coming off back here. That's a weird noise. Look, can you hear that? Something like grabs on. I don't know if it's just the brakes or whatever. For the hold mode, every time it goes into hold mode, it like makes a little noise. Yeah, there's not like a good way to bring the cameras up. Like I would have liked the front camera there. But you click it, there's a little bit of lag, and then blah, blah, blah. And then a few more things I wanted to show you about the interior. So down here, you have a cool little like shout out to the old truck and the new truck. I like that. 2 USB-C, which is great. And then you do have the lighter outlet, the 12 volt. Cybertruck actually doesn't have that, so that's pretty interesting. And then lots of storage down here, which is nice. It looks like something is supposed to fit here, but as of right now, there's nothing there. You have these cup holders, which it's very loose. It feels like it should move, but it doesn't, so that's interesting. So the 2 cup holders are nice. The Cybertruck cup holders, though, are unbeatable. They are like, I don't know, anything can fit in them. Pen storage, I suppose. Your toe eye, and then, what is this? Okay, I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. I don't want to break anything. But a bunch more storage here. Massive amount of storage. Oh, and this actually passes through all the way. So that's kind of cool. So maybe this does... Oh my God. All right, that does come out. I thought I broke it, but I didn't. So that's actually really cool. I love that that comes out. If you want this massive amount of storage, you have that option. Again, options are always where it's at. But as I was saying, I wanted to show you, this is all really like flimsy, cheap plastic. I saw somebody online say that this is a $35,000 truck with a $40,000 battery. And you know what? That pretty much sums up the whole experience. I get why the price is so expensive, because you're getting so much range, you're getting a huge battery, which is awesome, but the interior is just way too cheap and does not fit with the price at all. Again, I understand it's a work truck, but you're paying the price of a luxury vehicle, or maybe an almost luxury vehicle, and the interior is just kind of the bottom of the barrel stuff you would expect in a $20,000 car. At the dealer, they said they were pretty much only selling these to welders and nobody else, which makes sense. So I could see if somebody really needed and wanted that portable power, you wanted one of the biggest batteries you could possibly get in an EV and be able to bring that with you. This is actually a great option, and the price compared to the EV market, if you're just looking at the price you pay per kilowatt hour, like the size of the battery, it's not bad. But when you take the total package of the whole vehicle, this is not very nice.